Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do the marshmallow stitch. I seen this on YouTube and I thought it would be a really cute illustration on how to show the next a new stitch. I don't know if you can see it or not, but see how it just pops up, the little clusters? I really love this, the way this texture is. Please forgive me on the way the lighting is. We did have some rain today. I'm in lovely Central Florida, so it's a little bit cloudy. And the way this red reflects off the light kind of gives like a little tint to it, almost like a silver tint. So anyways, I'll go ahead and start. Okay, just use any scrap yarn. I'm using a 5mm hook. I took the liberty and went ahead and did a chain 32. Now I have a fairly large face. My bone structure is large. So if you don't need to have this many chains, just feel free to make sure you have an even number of chains and just measure across your face. Well, for me it was 32. So this will be a large mask. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll start the marshmallow stitch by simply skipping into the third chain from the hook. Okay, in that third chain we'll go ahead and do a cluster of single crochet, double crochet, and double crochet, all in the same stitch. Now for those of you that don't know how to do the single crochet or the double crochet, feel free to look at my other YouTube videos. I did show how to do the single crochet and the double crochet. But in the meantime, to go ahead and show you, you'll go ahead and you'll skip the next two, and then to that third one, we'll do the single. Okay, here's the single. Then we'll go ahead and show you. You just insert your hook, you pull up the yarn, you'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through those two loops. Okay, and then for double, which we're going to go ahead and do in the same stitch, it's yarn over, go into that same stitch, pull up the yarn, you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull into the next 2. Okay, we'll do another double crochet into the same stitch. Oops, excuse me, had to move the camera. Hear the little tat 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 tat. That's because of the rain that we had. It's going against the metal piece that we have on the side of the screen porch that's here. Okay, we'll go ahead and do another cluster of single, double, double in the third stitch from that next cluster that we just did. And we'll repeat this process until we get to the end, and in the last stitch we'll do a single crochet. So go ahead and push the pause button and go ahead and finish. Make sure you skip to the third chain, or it's the third chain, excuse me. I'm having tongue-tied today. And do a single double double in the same stitch. I'm trying to come up with a new stitch. I was playing around. I was getting excited because of the fact that, you know, Easter's coming around the corner, and I think I may have come up with one. I don't know if it's even there in YouTube land. I don't know. It's a little. I can't think of a name for it right offhand, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it's going to be the baby chick stitch. And what I did was I just did a cluster of yellow in 2 different sizes, and then add a little beak to it. And I had a lot of recommendations to do a little black dot, so this way you can see the chick's eyes to make it more defined, and have a lighter color, of course, behind, and make the yellow not be so bright. Do a light yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try that, and hopefully I'll be able to add that to my channel. That would be really cool if I developed one. Okay, we should have 2 chains down here at the end. We'll go ahead in that last chain and we'll do a single crochet. Once we get that single crochet done, we'll go ahead and we'll do 2 chains, and then we will turn our work. See how this nice little cluster, it's coming off pretty good. Okay, that very first chain that's right next to our chain 2, which is right here at the end, we'll go ahead and we'll put 2 double crochets in that same stitch. And we will repeat the next process like how we did the first row by skipping the 2 chains, and in that third, which is basically in between the 2 clusters. See that little separation right there? That's where I want you to go. Not down below, but up here on top here. Go right in there and do the cluster of single, double, double. Okay, skip the next two stitches into that third one. We'll go ahead and do a single, double, double in that same cluster. Skip the next 2, and there's that third. We'll do the single, double, double, all in the same stitch. And what I mean by double, double is that we're talking about double crochet, just like how we did in the first row. Okay, skip the next 2 into that third. We'll do a single crochet, double crochet in that same stitch, and another double crochet in that same stitch. And that's what I'm meaning. Okay, skip the next 2 to that third, which is in between the clusters. We do a single crochet, double crochet, and another double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, we'll keep on until we get to the end of the round, and we'll do a single crochet down here at the end. And I'll show you what I mean once we get to it. Go ahead and push pause and finish the row. Okay, as you can see here, we are down to the end. We got the skip in the 2 chains, just like how we were talking about. Then this down here at this end, we'll go ahead and we'll do a single crochet, this very end. And then once we do that single crochet, we'll go ahead and we'll do a chain 2, and we'll turn our work. And the same thing that we did in round 2, we'll do in the next few rounds up until row 6. Okay, we'll go ahead and proceed by doing 2 double crochets on the end. Skipping those 2 chains. Okay, and we'll do in that next little cluster like how I was showing you by doing a single crochet, a double crochet, and another double crochet, all in the same stitch. Skip 2 stitches, go into that third, do a single crochet and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Skip next 2 in the third, do single, double, double. Okay, we'll repeat this until we get to the end. Once we get to the end, we will do a single crochet at the end. So go ahead and push pause and go ahead and finish the row. Okay, just like the previous row, down here at the end, we're skipping those 2, and then we're adding a single crochet in the very end, and we're doing a chain 2, and we're turning our work. Okay, in that very first stitch right here by the chain 2, we're going to go ahead and do 2 double crochets, skipping the next 2 stitches and going into that third, which is right in between the clusters, and doing a single crochet double crochet, and a double crochet all in the same stitch. And we'll repeat this process until we get to the end, just like the previous round, and do a single crochet down here at the end and chain 2 and turn. Okay, again we're towards the end, so we'll go ahead and do that next little cluster in between the clusters by doing a single crochet, double, and then a double crochet, 2 of them. So that'd be a total of 3 altogether in that cluster. And then we'll go ahead and do a single crochet down here at the end. Now as you can see, it's starting to develop that nice little texture that's going along, kind of straighten it out a little bit. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Just absolutely love it. Every time I learn a new stitch, I always get excited about it. Never fails. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that this is 6 rows right here. So we can go ahead and cut the time on the video. As you can see, there's 6, and then we're going to start going in a little bit. Okay, how we're going to do that is by doing single crochet. Okay, once we go ahead and do the, of course, you know, the single crochet and from the previous round, then we'll go ahead and we'll do a chain 1. I think I did a chain 2 there. Didn't mean to. No, I did a chain 1. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that chain 1. Then we'll do a single crochet in the first 3 stitches. And then once you get in that little connection where the clusters begin, we'll go ahead and we'll do a cluster of the single crochet, double crochet, and double crochet in that same stitch. And then of course you'll do the skipping of the 2 stitches and going to that next, which is the 3rd, and do a single crochet, double crochet, and a double crochet all in the same stitch. Okay, once you have done that, let's see how many clusters we should be having. We should be having, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it should be a total of 10 altogether. And then once you get up to the 10th one, you'll go ahead and do single crochets all the way to the end. So if I'm not confusing you, let's go ahead and skip the next 2. Go into that 3rd stitch, do the single crochet and 2 double crochets. Skip the next 2 stitches in that 3rd stitch, do a single, double, double, skip 2 stitches, do a single, double, double, Alright, now on the last 5 stitches we'll go ahead and do single crochets. We'll do a chain 1, turn our work. Okay, we'll skip this next stitch and go into the 2nd one, and we will do a single crochet, 2, 3, And then the fourth stitch, as you can see, we did single crochets in each one. We will skip the next two, and then in that next cluster in between, just like how we've been doing, we'll do the clusters of single crochet and then double crochet and another double crochet. Skip 2 stitches in between the clusters, single crochet and 2 double crochets. So I don't know about you, but that little ding 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 I can hear from the rain is really annoying. Hope it's not annoying you guys. Okay, skip the next 2, and that third do a single double crochet and a double crochet, all in the same stitch. Okay, repeat again. Skip 2, go to the next, single double double, okay, skip 2 and go into this next, do a single double double, skip 2, do single double and a double, okay, the next cluster we'll do a single after we skip 2, double and a double. Okay, we'll then go ahead and do a single crochet in the next stitch and another single crochet in the next stitch after that. We'll turn our work, do a chain 1. Now we will do slip stitches. Do it loosely, okay, by proceeding and going into the second and the third, skip the next one and go into that cluster again, which is in between, and do a single crochet and 2 double crochets, all in the same stitch. Skip the next 2, go into the next, we'll repeat this process by making sure that we have a total of 6 clusters. Oops. I tell you, this yarn is really giving me a hard time. Sorry about that, guys, girls. It just wants to separate. It's really aggravating, especially when you're trying to do a video. Okay, we'll still have 6 clusters all together. Let me make sure I got my 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and down here at the end, we'll go ahead and we'll slip stitch, and then slip stitch again. Just make sure you do loosely. and slip stitch a third time by going down the chain a little bit. So we'll go ahead and we'll cut it. Make sure we leave enough to go ahead and sew in the ends, of course. Okay, this is a mini version, as you can see, but I just love the texture. That's my main reason why I wanted to do this video, is to show you. Okay, then we'll go ahead and we'll proceed and do a chain 32. Okay, on each end, make sure you leave enough to sew in the ends, as you can see here. And how I did that was I just sewed in between here, and then I went down a little bit, and then I came back up. Then I turned around and did a double knot, so this way it's on there securely, and did the same thing on this side. Now, again, like as far as the length is to go around your ear, you just feel free to measure it yourself, but I did a chain 32, and it worked out for me because I have a large head. I made sure I did the same thing for this side, sewed it in, came down a little bit, and then came back up this way and did a double knot. Same thing here. Sewed it in, came down, and did a double knot. I then went ahead and took some black and then just played around until I did little eyelashes on it. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. It looks pretty without it. I did it just for eye-catching. That's basically it. Otherwise, I could really use to do it over again. It's a little bit rough, but it gives some kind of play to it. Alright, well, thank you so much for dropping by. Please subscribe and like my channel. I would love it if you guys leave some comments down below. That would be really cool. So this way I can, learn from my lessons. If you feel I'm not talking loud enough, or if you're getting tired of hearing noises in the background, whatever the case may be. Or if you just want to write something really nice and say that your video was really cool. It taught me something different. I'd really appreciate it no matter what comment it is. Alright, well, thank you so much for your time. Make sure you subscribe. Alright, thank you. Have a good day. Alright, bye-bye.